Hi, this is Strom reporting from Knox County for BASF Innovations in the Field. I'm going to give you a brief kind of planting and spring update of what we've seen here so far this spring. Today is May 13, 2015. Unfortunately, we're still planting some corn on our family farm. We chose not to plant some during the early windows of corn planting that we had available to us. We were a little afraid of the cold, wet weather that was coming in from about April 20th through the 25th, that range. In the end, the corn we put about 10 to 15% of our corn crop in prior to that time. All that corn is up and looks fantastic. So the fear we had of putting corn in ahead of that cold spell kind of became unfounded. That corn emerged fine and it looks great. We planted a vast majority of our corn crop from April 28th to May 3rd, or probably about May 4th, April 28th to May 4th. About 75% of our corn crop was planted. Didn't quite get finished up, had about 15% of our corn crop left, and we've had a lot of wet weather since that time, so it's been slow to get back in the field and get finished up. Today, May 13th, I'll be finishing up our corn planting. I was able to start yesterday afternoon and did about 5% of our corn yesterday. We'll finish the last 10% today, barring any issues. Soybean planting, we're moving along with soybean planting. We started planting soybeans on April 28th. Unfortunately, had kind of a planter breakdown that cost us a few good days there in that stretch we had during that week. Good weather. Early beans are up and look really good. I'd say in our area about 25 to possibly a third of the beans in our area are planted in that late April, early May time frame. There's a few other outlying areas that are more or less. A lot of guys planting soybeans today. There was one day last week we were able to get about half a day, but for the most part we've had about an 8-day layoff here. They're really not being able to get in the field and do much. So the crop is in. All the corn that was planted prior to May 4th is up and have extremely good stands. There was some areas that planted corn real early. First week of April it did get a little frost, but it doesn't seem to have damaged it too much. We didn't have anything in that early, so it didn't really affect us. But I know some of the western areas that tend to plant a little earlier did have a little bit of frost damage. So weather forecast overall has been pretty good. Besides some of the wetness we've had, we haven't had an extreme amount of moisture. Just that it's kind of those rains that are nice rains you hope you get in July, just kind of keeping things damp. A little too wet to be planting, but it's just kind of kept us out of the field. We're not saturated and hurting the crop by any means. Looking forward, we'll hopefully they're calling for rain again this evening. I was looking for the forecast. We're actually have about a 5-day stretch here upcoming. It looks like it's going to be kind of a wet forecast. Staying warm though, but it is going to be wetter. So soybean planting will have another delay here, unfortunately. The way the weather pattern's looking, it's probably going to be looking more the 18th, 19th, 20th of May before we're going to be able to get back in the field. So if all goes well, hopefully we'll have a quick end to the spring 15 planting season here. And so far, everything looks really well, and hopefully we keep heading in that direction.